Here we are again, everyone. Welcome. My name is Deborah, and I am your guide for this 3-day yoga program. Hopefully, you are happy to see me again. I am happy to see you here on your mat. So let's get started for day 2. Let's just remember again, same rules apply. Always have fun, smile, don't take this practice or ourselves too seriously, and do the variation that is right for your body. Take your practice as far as feels good for you. Not any more, not any less. Find that spot right in the middle. So let's begin. So let's begin by coming standing to the front of the mat. Again, like we did yesterday. Some of what we do today might feel familiar from building off of yesterday, but we're going to take it a little bit further today on day 2. So find a standing posture. Again, your feet are kind of hip distance apart. It's good to take a moment before each practice just to become present to where your body is, to how your mind is feeling, to what emotions might be present with you as you begin your practice. So as we stand here, feet grounded, pressing down into the floor, shoulders drop down, crown of the head reaches up. Just begin to scan your body. Without trying to change anything, notice the places that you might feel imbalance, tightness, tension. Notice how your emotions are right now. And notice how your mind is right now. Just being here, just standing, and just noticing. And as we start to notice how we feel, we're given clues to what we need from our practice. So what do you need from your practice on day 2? That answer might come to you really clearly, or it also may just be a hazy feeling or concept. Just be here for a moment. Take a few deep breaths, breathing into your body, transitioning from whatever you were doing before this moment to this practice of yoga. And slowly, as you inhale, draw your arms out and up overhead. Interlace your fingers and press the palms up to the ceiling and your elbows draw back. Inhale, gaze up. And exhale, interlace the fingers behind your back. Shoulders draw together. Chin moves down towards the chest so the back of the neck is long. And then holding the hands in the chest where they are, lift your head up, just center. And again, draw that navel in, tailbone down. Feel really strong in the standing posture. Good, and then slowly release your shoulders, kind of round forward, and then come back up to stand. Inhale, reach your arms up, interlace your fingers this time, just your thumbs, with your fingers straight behind, as far behind your ears as you can, and lift up and go ahead and come over to the left. And as you do this, don't try to go too far. This is more about lengthening than folding. So think about creating a lot of length here. And then coming back up to center, inhale, and exhale, go over to the right. Good, and try to keep a straight line with your torso, as if you're bending over between 2 plates of glass. Keeping a really strong, straight alignment in your body. Inhale, come back up, and exhale, hands down. Good, inhale, reach up. Exhale, folding forward. The head reaches down towards the floor. Back of the legs lengthen. If you need to, micro bend your knees if your hamstrings feel really tight. Or if you suffer from low back problems, you can always come up and hold just a simple L-shaped position, as we went over yesterday. So just allowing the top of the head to release, bending your right and your left knee, Maybe feeling a little bit of stretch into your hips, your lower back. Good. And then if you can, with straight legs, you're going to come onto your fingertips here. If you can't, just bend your knees so that your fingertips can touch the floor. So with legs straight or bent, fingertips on the floor, go ahead and open up and twist. Again, doesn't matter how much you're twisting here. We're just wanting to begin to open the middle and the upper back. And come back to center and go the other way. So twisting open with the right hand. Good, slowly coming back. And from here, go ahead and ground your hands and step back into plank position. Yes, our favorite posture from yesterday. Good, inhale and then exhale. Find a downward facing dog. Again, early in the practice, so we know just to take it slow, bend the right, the left knee, stretching the back of the legs. Always really spreading your hands, your fingers. And as you're here, I want you to press the weight down into the first finger and the thumb at the space where the finger meets the palm of your hand. That helps to take a little bit of pressure out of your wrists. And then pressing both heels down to the floor, drop the knees to the floor. Inhaling, cat lift, belly drops, head lifts. Exhale, cat tuck, really rounding the spine. Pull your navel in, press the back of your heart to the ceiling. Inhaling, a wave-like breath coming all the way into cat lift. Then a nice long exhale takes you into cat tuck, bringing energy into your spine. Good, inhaling, one more time, cat lift. And exhaling, cat tuck. Good, and then bringing your knees out wide, your toes together, go ahead and sit back here into an active child's pose. So you're reaching your hands forward and your elbows are lifted off of the mat and you're allowing the hips to sink back, eventually taking the forehead to the floor. Find a really nice, long, slow, deep breath as you are in this posture. Good, coming back up to hands and knees, and go ahead and reach that right leg back behind you. Again, flex your foot, drop the right hip down, really pressing into the imaginary wall behind you, and lift up out of your shoulders. Sometimes we have a tendency to really kind of crouch down here, so lifting up, bring your awareness to your navel, and then extend your left arm out in front of you. So one really nice line of energy from the right toes to the left fingertips. And breathe. Find a steadiness here, gazing down at your mat, and then bring both your hand and your knee to the floor. And go ahead and do that on the other side, taking that left foot back, flex the left foot, drop the left hip down. Good, awareness at the navel, the belly button area, reach that right arm out in front of you. Nice long line, you're reaching forward with your right hand and you're pressing back with your left foot. Again, don't drop into that left shoulder. Press into your left hand so the arm is really nice and strong. Good, one more breath. And drop the right hand, the left knee to the floor. Inhale, cat lift position. And exhale, downward facing dog. Again, take a few minutes to bend your knees, maybe bend both knees at the same time. And then come back up. Do that one more time, bending both knees, coming back up. And come up onto your tiptoes as high as you can go. And press the heels down a little bit wider than your toes, so your inner thighs can spiral out and back behind you. Good, then drop your knees to the floor. Step that right foot forward and find your low lunge. Inhale, lift up here. And exhale, sweep the floor down. Inhale, rise up. And exhale, hands to the floor. Turn the back heel under, find a high lunge for a moment, gaze forward, take the fingertips off the floor. You'll start to feel real strength in your lower body here. Press the weight back into your left heel and breathe. Inhale, and then exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, forward to plank position. Drop your knees as you exhale and lower the body all the way down onto the floor. Straight line with your body. Inhale, Rising up into cobra. Bring your elbows in towards your body. And exhale, downward facing dog. Good, dropping the knees to the floor. Step that left foot forward. Coming into low runner's lunge. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, sweep the floor down. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, hands to the floor, turn the back toes under. Come to a high lunge, lift the fingertips off the floor. Now press the weight into that back heel. So you feel the weight in your front foot and your back foot. Good, hands to the floor, inhale. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, forward to plank. Exhale, knees to the floor, lower all the way to your belly. Good, inhale, rising up, elbows in. Exhale, downward facing dog. Taking 2 or 3 breaths in downward facing dog. Always finding time for a little pause in our practice. Gathering the mind, the emotions, whatever's happening, back here, back to your body, back to your breath. Good, drop that knee down. Step the right foot forward again. Find your low lunge. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, hands to the floor. Turn the back toes under. Come all the way up to crescent lunge. Reaching the arms up. Good, inhale. Exhale, sweep down and forward. Inhale, come up. Exhale, hands to the floor. Step back. Downward facing dog. Forward as you inhale. Exhale, drop all the way down. Don't let your belly lead the way. Keep the navel nice and engaged as you lower. Inhale, rise up. And exhale, downward facing dog. Both knees to the floor. Left foot steps forward. Low runner's lunge, inhale. Exhale, sweep down. Inhale up. Exhale, hands to the floor. Turn the back toes under, back knee lifts. Inhale, crescent lunge. Good. Inhale here. Exhale, sweep down and forward. Rising back up, inhale. Exhale, downward facing dog. Good. Inhale, forward to plank. Holding plank. Breathe and smile. Tell me how much you love me. Thank you. I love you too. And exhale, downward facing dog. Good. This time, reach your right leg out and up behind you. And exhale it forward. Now again, if it doesn't get there, take your ankle, pull it forward. Knee in line with your ankle. Drop the back knee, lift up. Good. Down and forward. Inhale, rise up. Down to the floor. Back knee lifts. Ground the back toe, and this time come all the way up to warrior two. Good. Finding that same strength that you felt yesterday. How does this pose feel today? How did this pose feel yesterday? Is it the same? Is it different? Good, one more breath. And then take your hands all the way down and pivot that left heel, off of the floor, downward facing dog. Good, inhale that left leg out and up. And exhale, bring it forward between your hands. Low lunge, inhale up. Exhale, sweep down. Rise up, inhale. Exhale, hands to the floor, high lunge. Ground the back heel and come all the way up to warrior two. Gazing forward. Here we are again. Find the strength and the stability in your legs and match that with your gaze. And even though your gaze is strong, it remains open and receptive. Inhale. Exhale all the way down. Downward facing dog. Oh yeah, come forward to plank. Hold and breathe. Smile. Drop the knees, lower all the way to your belly. Come up into cobra and back into downward facing dog. Good, inhale, right leg out and up behind you. Exhale forward. Drop the back knee. Lift up, inhale. Exhale, sweep down. Rise up, inhale. Exhale, down. Bring the back knee off the floor. Come all the way back up to warrior two. And this time from warrior two, you're gonna take your right forearm, place it just above your knee, and reach the left arm out past your ear. Extended side angle. So try not to dump your weight into this right arm. You should be able to pull the weight out of that right arm, almost so you can lift the arm off of the leg. Good, and hold. Gazing up underneath your left arm, come back up to center. Inhale, warrior two. And then come back down, finding your downward facing dog. Good, left leg out and up behind you. And as you exhale forward, drop the back knee, rise up. Exhale, folding down. Rising up as you inhale. Exhale, hands to the floor, back knee lifts, back heel to the floor, warrior two. Good, left forearm just above your knee. And your right arm out past your ear, gazing up underneath your right arm. Good, again, don't dump that weight down, lift it up, gazing under your right arm. Back to warrior two. One breath. All the way down, downward facing dog. Good, inhale, forward to plank. Exhale, knees to the floor, lower your belly. Rise up into cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Good, last standing pose here. Inhale the right leg up. Forward as you exhale. Back knee drops down. Find almost a meditative rhythm with your breath. Inhale. Exhale, release. Rise up, inhale. Hands to the floor. Turn the back knee on, back knee lifts. Back heel drops, warrior two. Extended side angle. Back up to warrior two. Straighten your front leg. Shorten your stance just a little bit. Engage this right quadricep and reach as far as you can to the front of your mat. And then bring your right hand to your shin, left hand reaches up. Trikonasana, triangle pose. Gazing at your left thumb. Keep drawing that right hip underneath you. The left hip opens. Good, back up. Find your warrior two, inhale. Exhale, all the way down. Downward facing dog. Good, left leg out and up behind you. Forward as you exhale. Drop the back knee, inhale, lift up. Exhale, fold down. Rise up, inhale. Exhale, hands to the floor. Back knee lifts, back heel drops. Warrior two. Extended side angle, left forearm above your knee, right arm past your ear. Back up to warrior two. Good, triangle. Shorten your stance. Pull the quadricep engaged. Reach. Left hand to the shin. Right hand up. Looking at the right thumb. Breathe. Back up. Find warrior two. Inhale. Exhale, all the way down. Downward facing dog. Inhale to plank. Hold 2 breaths. Really strong plank. If you need to, drop your knees to the floor. There's absolutely no problem with doing that. Everybody knees to the floor. Lower onto your belly. And inhale, lifting up, elbows in. Exhale, downward facing dog. Breathe. Find a nice, calm, steady breath. Day 2, how does your body feel? How are your mind? How are your emotions after our practice yesterday? Good. Slowly, knees to the floor. Go ahead and bring your toes touching and sit back just for a moment. We're not going there yet, but just for a moment, relax into child's pose. Forehead on the floor. Arms are nice and soft, forehead on the floor. And then slowly coming back up, bring your knees together, bring your hands to your heart, sitting back on your heels. And again, just take a moment here of self-gratitude, feeling thankful for the opportunity in your body to be able to do this, to practice yoga. The clarity of mind, the strength of heart. And slowly just kind of coming down onto your belly. Good. And from here, interlace your fingers behind your back. Draw the shoulders together and lift up the chest, lift up the legs. Coming into locust pose. Good. Really engaging the muscles of your low back. Think more about lengthening here than lifting. So you're really thinking about creating length. Inhale, lift a little higher. And exhale. Bring the right ear to the floor. Let the arms rest next to your body. And just breathe. Good. Now, if what we just did felt like a good stretch in your back, I'm going to invite you to do that same thing again. Interlace your fingers and lift up. Okay, if you want to take it a little bit deeper, I want you to hold on to your ankles. I want you to bring your knees a little bit closer together, flex your feet, and slowly lift up into bow pose. Again, don't try to force anything here, just lifting as high or as low as your back and your body allows. Try not to let your knees go out way too far. Keep drawing them into the center of your body. Inhale, lift, and exhale. Lower down, left ear to the floor. Relax your body. Maybe even shake your hips a little bit side to side to release your low back. Good, and then slowly coming up onto your forearms. We were here yesterday also. Again, Sphinx pose. Don't drop into your shoulders. Press into your forearms. Lift your heart forward and begin to breathe. Good. Now I realize on day 2, I risk losing you here, but I'm gonna have you turn your toes under, come up onto your knees, and lift up into a plank position on your forearms. So if this is too much, drop your knees to the floor and support your body. Otherwise, hold here, gazing between your thumbs, pressing into the heels. If you want more, draw your elbows towards your toes and your toes towards your elbows. Breathe. One of my teachers says if you shake, it's just repressed joy trying to leave your body. And then release and lower down, right ear to the floor. Shake your hips side to side. Good. Again, your hands underneath your shoulders. Lift up here into a cobra and then turn your toes under and press back to a really yummy downward facing dog. This should help release your low back. Maybe you bend your right and your left knee or bend both knees and really sink your tailbone down towards the floor. Good, bend both knees again and straighten. Good, and then we're gonna get into the hips today. So inhale, just lift your right leg, just a mini lift behind you, and exhale. Bring your right knee towards your right wrist. And you're gonna lower into a pigeon pose, okay? So here, you wanna try to make sure your torso is right over the center line of your body, okay? If this is hard for you, feel free to take a cushion and put it underneath your right hip. Inhale, lift the heart, and exhale, lower down as far as you want. You might stop on your forearms. You might come all the way down onto the floor. Now the body has a tendency to clench around pain. So wherever you feel the stretch, I want you to try to reverse that. Try to soften in the very area that you want to clench, right? Right where you feel the stretch, you want to bring the breath there and soften there. Reverse that internal tendency to shut down around pain. Move into it slowly with love and compassion, and breathe. Good, slowly come up, and you're gonna just release all the way back into downward facing dog. Good, and then bend your left knee and press all the weight you can into your right heel, and reverse that. Maybe shake your right knee a little side to side, and then mini lift with your left leg up, and bring the left knee towards the left wrist. Pigeon pose on the other side. So if you've been an athlete, or if you have tight hips, you sit a lot in your job, this is a pretty intense pose, so take it slow. So you might just stay here, and that is perfect. Otherwise, slowly lower down onto your forearms, option 2, or option 3, collapse as far into the floor as you want. Making sure you keep drawing that right hip towards the floor, and release. Again, because this is an intense pose, your body's gonna wanna start to tighten in your left hip. Try to soften. And one really good way of doing that is through using your breath, especially your exhalation. Direct the exhalation right into that area where you feel the stretch. Good, slowly coming back up. And taking that left foot back. Downward facing dog, bending your right knee, pressing the weight into your left foot. And bending your left knee and pressing the weight into your right foot. Good, bend both knees and lower them all the way down to the floor. Good, coming back into a child's pose. Knees wide, feet are together. Forehead releases down. A really good thing to do in child's pose sometimes is to allow the palms to turn upwards. It tends to be a more receptive posture. Notice just the subtle difference of just turning the palms upwards. How do you feel when you do this? What arises within you? Go ahead and inhale through your nose. Exhale through your mouth. One more inhale. Exhale. Good, coming back up. Bring your knees together and just shift your weight to the one side. Swing your legs out in front of you. Come back to the center of your mat. And very gently, kind of hugging the knees in towards you. Go ahead and lay down on your back. Arms out to the side. Our final pose before Shavasana. So I'm just gonna shift a little bit forward. And go ahead here and take your right knee, cross it over your left. Lift your hips up and shift them just a little bit to the right. And then let your knees fall over to the left. Coming into a twist, gazing over your right shoulder. Relax the muscles of your low back. You can have your eyes open or closed in this posture, but just begin to soften your gaze. The active part of our practice is over. Now we're moving a little bit more into softness and release. Find a long, slow, steady breath. Come back up to center. Get your spine straight first, and then cross your left knee over your right. And the hips shift a little to the left, knees fall to the right. Gaze over your left shoulder. Breathe. This should feel really good in your low back. Again, one really good thing when you have exposure to different postures is to notice which ones feel really needed or necessary in your body. Sometimes it's a standing posture, sometimes it's a twist. And even one or two postures, you can take that and do it throughout your day, whether it's a break in the office, before you go to sleep. So often I find myself laying on random floors and twisting to the side. So once you're done, come out of the twist, let your legs go straight. Remember our Shavasana practice from yesterday. Always we end the practice of yoga with this posture. Allowing space, your arms are a little open, palms of the hands facing up, jaw, tongue, totally relaxed. Even the muscles of your ears, your eyes. Let yourself kind of sink down into the mat underneath you. This is just your moment of being, not doing. You don't have to do anything here. Stay here for as long as your schedule permits, at least a minute or two. And make sure when you come out of your practice, give yourself just a moment before you rush off into the day or the evening. And so, congratulations. Day 2 is complete. One more practice to go. I'll see you tomorrow. Namaste.